Welcome back! If you're new here, I'm Bella Sims and I make custom content for The Sims 4. I hope you didn't think that I was going to post one video and then disappear again, but it has been a little bit since the last video, mainly because the mermaid bedroom is such a big project, and between that and commissions and burnout, it's taking quite a while to finish. But today I'm mixing it up a bit because I completely forgot that Valentine's Day was coming up and I wanted to get some things made and released for my patrons and then to a public release on the 14th. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm making a pleated skirt very similar to one that I bought online and I own in real life. The one that I have is black with red hearts, but I did a handful of other colours for this one as well. At the moment I'm just modelling the basic shape for the skirt. It's quite simple, I just added slits for the pleated parts and then extruded them back pretty much. And then I'm basically just going in and refining the details and the shape, zooming out, seeing what needs changing, and repeating the process until I'm ready to move on to texturing. I added in the bottom sim mesh as reference as to where on the UV map I could actually put my texture. It's a high-waisted skirt, but the texture can't overlap onto the shirt or top part of the UV, otherwise there will be overlapping textures depending on what shirt you use. So the space I have to work with is actually quite small. But in the end, it's not too big of a deal and I'm able to get the level of detail that I want into the texture anyway. And what I'm doing right now is just straightening out the UVs to make it easier to work with. Again, the texture itself is pretty simple, so I made sure to add in details like seams to break it up and add some more depth and realism. I'm selecting the individual faces of the pleats and filling them in a darker colour, again for depth. I sometimes find it easier to edit the 2D texture rather than on the 3D model. It makes it easier to reach into the little crevices that you can't normally reach. Here I didn't like how the bottom cap plane thing looked, so I merged some neighbouring vertices to eliminate some of the ridges that they created. Once I'm done with the main texture, I bring it into Photoshop to fix up some things that I couldn't in Blender, like the transparent bits between seams and some stray pixels here and there. I also add a bleed around the texture. I'm just working on as little as possible to get it into the game to test before I go too far. So right now I'm doing the vertex painting, weight painting, and morph mapping, and then I move on to a shadow map and a bump map. In-game it actually looks pretty good. I try out a few different shirt combinations and it all looks good, though I do adjust the morph map a tiny bit because there's a little bit of clipping. But now that it's all tested and working fine, I spend some time working on the different colour variations. After this, I will do the different LODs, generate the thumbnails in game, and that's pretty much it. Though the last two steps I did forget to record. Either way, I hope you like the end result, and if you're interested in downloading it, you can always find my stuff on Tumblr. I'll have a link down below, and thank you for watching!